Okay, so welcome. It's time to continue with the topic of value engineering. And we started last week where we had a guest lecture that gave an overview. And Ulf Bengtzelius talked about the different key concepts and the chapters in the book. And now we're going to use two lectures to look into the information domains. So the idea is that you can be fooled by information and still we also need information for problem solving and decision making in the product development process. How could this be? Well, let us look at this one. Have you seen the IKEA inflatable sofa? No? And this is not surprising because it was never any hit. So it was just very short life in the product range of IKEA, of course. And why is that? Why didn't it work? Well, there is some value here. And they actually did study customers and try to find out what would be a smart way to do a sofa. Yeah, what could be the value? Well, one thing is that it's much easier to vacuum, right? You can vacuum it. If you have guests, if you're living in a small apartment or a small house, you can just deflate the sofa and have room for more people. You can take it with you and fill it up in your picnic or when you go to the ski resort or something like that. So, I mean, they had information about problems that customers might have and jobs they might need to have done, but still they did a product that wasn't very successful. So we can not just take all the information and then go and do a product. We need to understand the information. We need to, first of all, categorize it into the right domain. And we will be working with these domains, these 5. So we have information about the customer, and then we have information that indicates what's the value for this customer. And then information that helps us make decisions and solve problems about what functions that deliver that value. A separate category from that, again, is what are the solutions? So solution is an information domain that should not be mixed up with value, needs, or functions. And then we have the process side, the activity sequences. So yeah, we can have information, but the information we get will not be self-evident where it belongs. So we can get the information from the customer. They can say that I really need this. And they might not actually talk about the need. So we'll come back to that. We need to actually question the information so we fit it into the right category and use it for the right decisions. Otherwise, we'll make a sofa that nobody wants, even though they say they wanted it, right? So we have to, in that case, ask, why do you want something like that? And get into the actual problem they try to solve. We should go deeper and find more things out from the customers by observing, by asking follow-up questions in a specific way. There's a specific method to it. So let's take a simple example. So this example is made by Ulf Bengtzelius that was here last time. So who is the customer? It's very important to know the customer because the value will be different for different customers. So in this example, I am the customer. What is my need? Okay. So value is about need satisfaction. Well, I urgently need to tell my wife I'm late. What is a function? Function is sending a message. That's something that, as an outcome, informs my wife that I'm late. So the result of this activity, that's functions. And then what is the solution? Well, I can do a Snapchat with my cell phone. That's a solution. And finally, I have an activity. I take a picture, type the message. Look, here is the traffic. I'm going to be late. And I send it. So if someone asks me, what do you need? I need to take a picture of the traffic. It's not what I need. It's something I do. For what? So whenever we get a statement from a customer, we need to be hypersensitive to what they're actually saying. Are they talking about a job to be done or a problem to solve or a feeling to improve? Those are the need domains or subdomains of needs. No, maybe not. Okay, so what do we do then? Well, we ask why questions. So if someone says, I need to take a picture of the traffic. Why? Because I'm going to send a Snapchat. Why? I need to tell my wife I'm late. Why? Etc. So you ask why, until you get to something that has to do with the perceived state for the customer and how that could be changed to the better, not having any technical aspects or predefined or presupposed ways of solving it, and so on. And you will find this happening quite a lot in real projects, that you take the customer information for face value, but it might be actually not the useful information if you try to find out what is value, for example. So you need to be able to shift between the domains. And then we can move down also. So what questions, and then how. What do you want to do, or what is happening? I need to tell my wife I'm late. Okay, how? So getting a message, how will you do that? Okay, so if I specify that I'm sending a message as a function, instead of saying I need to send a Snapchat, the innovator or product developer can say, all right, let's see here, we can do a Snapchat, we can call, we can have smoke signals, we can send a dove or pigeon, we could maybe stop and send an email. So there are lots of different solutions on the table. If they listen to me, what I say I want to send a Snapchat, then all the options are framed away. So that's why we want to ask why, and then go back in that case to the solution level. And then we can see, what is the better one? What is the more costly one? What would be competing? How well would it solve the problem? Okay, so this is just an overview. And often when you have companies created by engineers and technology-based companies, they are very proud about these levels of solutions and activities. Like, look what we can do, they say. Look, we can do a phone who sends the Snapchat message 10 times faster, right? But that is maybe not connected to a need. It doesn't matter if it takes 1 second or 1/10 of a second. It's not a performance dimension for that function that is relevant for customer needs. Instead, you want to focus on creating an effect on the customer level. So changing something for the customer and make them say, look what I can do. The customer should be enabled. The customer should be happy. They don't care about your technology. Shouldn't say that at an engineering school, but technology it's not that important, right? I work now with a blockchain company, and they're like, how to diffuse blockchain and get blockchain adoption. Nobody adopts blockchain. People adopt products and services that solve problems for them, and some of them might have a blockchain in it. Okay, if that has some sort of a relevant function, like it's safer or faster or better, that's good. But I don't give a shit really if it's a blockchain or database or a cloud, or, I mean, it might be better, but I care about in what ways are it better and how much, but not really. I'm not going out, look, today I'm going to get something with a blockchain. That's not how we work. There might be exceptions, like if you're buying for a military, or you might have a specific request. You're very knowledgeable about technology and so on. But normally, we try to get the job done.